Welcome back. A reminder that I have got a huge interview coming up a little bit later on in the show. The motorist who shoved two Just Stop Oil protesters off the road earlier this week. Your working man who got out of his van, who snapped and said, enough is enough, get out of the road. Well, I've got him. We said we wanted to track him down, and thank you very much to whoever managed to point us in his direction, but we have got him. Lewis Greaves is the man's name. He was briefly detained by police on suspicion of common assault. Of course, the police did nothing about the protesters. In fact, well, they did. They were giving them an escort through the streets of London, which is remarkable, isn't it? So I'm going to be chatting to Lewis a little bit later on in the show. He is indeed viewed by many people as a national hero. But would you believe it? Just Stop Oil protesters have clashed with a motorist again today. This time, a man drove his car on the pavement to get around the eco-activist. In fact, this man was saying that he's got a hospital appointment. A number of people walked very slowly along the Old Kent Road in south-east London. We can't play the audio on the clip, unfortunately, because there's quite a lot of swearing involved. But at least two police officers can be seen there. One is explaining that the driver says he has a hospital appointment, to which the protester just says he doesn't really believe him. And in the end, the motorist loses patience with what's going on. He gets on the pavement and drives off. So there we go. With me now, though, no, in fact, today's flashpoint came 24 hours after three Just Stop Oil activists were arrested after throwing orange paint over a display at the Chelsea flower show. So there they were lobbing paint, and one woman grabbed a hose and doused them with water, and other visitors said that they would join in as well. Those incidents, of course, came after it emerged that policing Just Stop Oil protests had cost the taxpayer £3.5 million in just a month. Campaigners have been staging protests every day since April the 24th, and the Met Police announced on Wednesday that their bill for just a month was £3.5 million. That's on top of the £7.5 million it cost the police between October and December last year. Taxpayers' money, your money, my money, friends and family's money. And the Met revealed that 11,000 officer shifts have been spent dealing with Just Stop Oil. 11,000 officer shifts when we've got stabbings and all of this stuff going on. I am joined now by James Harvey, who is a spokesperson for Just Stop Oil. James, thank you very much. What right do you have to stop a man getting to a hospital appointment? What if he died?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Patrick. It's quite an intro. Actually, it's been a very busy few weeks for Just Stop Oil. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that anyone is delayed in getting to any appointments, whether that's hospital appointments, work appointments. But the fact of the matter is people are dying right now in the UK and abroad because of the crisis we're in about emissions that are caused by oil and gas, and the government.
And that's the point, James, isn't it? It's not caused by that bloke in his car trying to get to a hospital appointment. I'll ask you again, what right do you have to stop him getting hospital treatment?
Look, we've got a long history of peaceful protest in this country that's bought us our rights of freedom to protest, that's bought us our rights of votes for women, LGBTQ rights. The only way we seem to be able to get change, unfortunately, is through civil resistance.
Is it working?
Well, I think it is, yes. All major political parties, apart from the Tories, have said that they support Just Stop Oil's demand of no new oil and gas and no new coal as well, because the government's going a bit mad and want to take us back to the Victorian age up north. So I think it is working, and the majority of the public do support our demand. Now, the methods are going to be controversial.
No, wait, do they?
Well, I think they do. Yeah, I think most reasonable people know.
There you go. You see, there you go. You're asking people to trust you on the facts, aren't you? And you can't prove.
No, not me.
You can't. No. You can't prove, can you? Live here on national television from your lovely gaff in Norwich, you can't prove that most people really support your demands, because they objectively don't, do they? They objectively don't. Have you got massive proof for that?
There's been lots of polls that have been done about gov.uk do polls all the time about different things. And I think the results are out there that people do understand that the climate crisis has to be dealt with. Look, I know lots of my friends, lots of my family, lots of people that I meet on the streets just do support our demands. But let me just say, I've got this question to ask you, OK? The UN say we have a brief and rapidly closing window to secure a survivable future. What should we do? Because our corrupt and criminal government aren't doing anything. What should we do, Patrick?
I don't have to answer those questions, James. What I want to know is why you don't care about ordinary men and women getting to hospital appointments, and if you understand how deeply unlikable you come across as being.
Yeah, we're not out to win friends. It's horrible
Really?
that people are delayed, but we're trying to take action to save lives.
If he died, would you care?
Oh, absolutely. There was a person that delayed getting to their father's funeral last year, and I remember talking to a radio presenter at the time. It was awful that anyone has to go through that.
But you understand? No. You know what terrorists say, right? Who are really ideological about their cause. They say, I'm really sorry that people had to die. And then someone points out they didn't have to die, actually. So when people like you come on shows like this and you say, oh, I'm really sorry that people have to... You're doing it, OK? You're the one doing it. And you don't have to do that. If you had any bottle whatsoever, you would go to China and do it over there. Because even if we enact all of the stuff... all of the stuff that you want us to do, it will make no difference whatsoever unless the likes of the Chinese government get on board. So I will make you an offer again now, OK? I did this to somebody else from Just Up Oil before. If I buy you a train ticket to Beijing, will you go over there and protest over there?
The government wants to open over 100 new oil and gas fields in the North Sea that aren't going to benefit us at all. Why do I need to go to Beijing to protest when our own corrupt government is making decisions that are endangering life?
They have polluted the atmosphere more in the last 8 years than we've done since the Industrial Revolution. And the reality is you are very comfortable sitting around in your lovely, cushy house in Norwich, ruining people's lives. Yeah. Ordinary working people in this country who go out and have to work for a living. I don't know what you do. What do you do?
I'm a project manager.
You're a project manager, right? OK, lovely stuff. So you have really no idea what it's like to have to get in a white van every single morning, put your overalls on and go out and fight day in, day out for 10 quid cash in hand, 20 quid cash in hand, right? These people who have to do that, but you'll sit there and you'll pontificate, all right? But you won't actually have the backbone to go to China and stick it to the people who are doing most of the environmental damage, will you?
Look, you've said it yourself. We've got a long history of emissions in this country. We're still opening new oil and gas fields. We need to take action here against our criminal government. We can do that. I acknowledge that I'm in a privileged position.
To take it against the government. Why are you taking it out against people like me? Why are you taking it out against ordinary working class people? Why don't you go and take it out of the government? You're a professional nuisance.
Look, because we know that civil resistance works.
But it's not working.
In protest, that it causes the tension, it causes the discourse that gets us on programmes like this, Patrick. It gets the government to react, and the government are reacting at the moment. They are reacting, and
I thought you said they weren't.
Are coming round to no new oil and gas, which is what we need. Now, anyone that gets disruptors, again, it's really regrettable, but it's going to happen in any form of protest. OK, look, James, I'm going to leave you there. I hope you enjoy your massive cushy pad in Norwich and your lovely job as a project manager where, you know, you probably get to absolutely rake it in whilst you inconvenience, you know, ordinary people on way to hospital appointments. Bye, James. James Harvey there is a spokesperson for Just Stop Oil. Right, loads more still to come between now and 6 o'clock. Cyclists who were born male are to be banned from racing in elite female British cycling events. And